What's up, slow pitch players? I'm Coach Sam Blewett. I'm here at Coach Andrew Sachs's sports performance facility. He's a good friend of mine, former college baseball player, also plays slow pitch softball. Unfortunately, hits the ball a little bit harder than me, which is sad. But today in our video, we're going to show you 4 big grip strength exercises for your forearms, which obviously are super important as you're yanking that bat through the zone. So these are our favorite ones that we use with baseball players, softball players, and obviously with slow pitch, it's just as important. So if you want to get bigger, stronger forearms, whip that bat through the zone faster, these grip strength exercises are going to be for you. And one last thing, if you're in the Baltimore area, check out Prime Sports Performance, Coach Andrew's facility. He's right here in the Baltimore area. So if you want to train and have a better workout program to hit the ball harder, throw harder, improve your performance and your longevity in slow pitch, definitely check him out. I'll link to his facility in the description below.
One exercise we really like to use for forearm and grip strength, specifically for the forearm extensors and the brachioradialis, which are both really important for elbow and arm health, is the Zottman curl. So what you'll do with the Zottman curl is you'll start by doing a regular dumbbell bicep curl up to the top. Then you're going to turn your hands over into a pronated position and slowly go back down to the bottom. And what you'll notice is when I turn my hands over, you can really see this brachioradialis muscle right here kind of fire up a lot more than you would see on a normal bicep curl. So it's good to just kind of switch up the direction of your dumbbells when you're doing curl exercises, and then you can hit your biceps, your brachioradialis, your forearm flexors, your forearm extensors, and just hit a bunch of different muscles with the same basic exercise. One of the most important things to train for when you're a slow pitch softball player is going to be grip strength and forearm strength. One of the easiest ways to do that is to train with farmer's walks variations. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. Double arm farmer's walks with a weight in both hands, offset farmer's walks with a heavier weight on one side and a lighter weight on the other side. So it adds a little bit of an anti-lateral flexion core strength component to it. Then you can take that a little bit farther and just do single arm farmer's walks, which is really challenging from an anti-lateral flexion perspective. You can also even combine those with a waiter walk where one arm is up in the air. You're working on like serratus strength, rotator cuff strength, in addition to grip strength and that anti-lateral flexion core strength that I mentioned a second ago. When selecting a weight to use for your farmer's walk variations, you want to try to use the heaviest weight that you can actually physically hold on to for the entirety of the distance that you're doing the farmer's walk for. So for example, if you're doing a 40-yard farmer's walk, you want to use a weight that by the time you get to the end of that 40 yards, it's pretty difficult to hold on to the weight. You don't want to be able to just kind of cruise through it really easily. By the end, you want it to feel like the weight is almost falling out of your hands, but you can still control it. So for most adult slow pitch softball players, for men, I would probably recommend between 60 to 100 pounds in each hand on those. For women, probably between 40 to 60 pounds. And if you're going to do a single arm variation, I would recommend between 30 and 50 pounds in general.
All right, so our next grip strength exercise for slow pitch softball is a blob hold. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. I have 2 different implements here. Number one, this is a 45-pound bumper plate, and this is a 30-pound dumbbell. You'll have to figure out what weight works for you. This is pretty heavy. I've just been training my grip for a long time, so I can manage this. A 30-pound dumbbell, depending on the shape of the head, also works really well. Again, it could be 20 pounds, could be 15 pounds, whatever works for you. But our goal is just to train this open hand pinching strength. That's another way. There's a lot of different ways your grip strength works. Holding absolutely heavy weights, your crushing grip strength, like closing a gripper, or this pinching open hand strength. All those different ways stimulate your forearms differently. So they're all good to train for slow pitch. So you can do this just holding for time until these are about to fall, and then you want to be careful not to drop them because they might bounce, but set them down gently when you're done. You could also go on a farmer's walk if you want. So if you want to walk with these, just like we've demonstrated, that can challenge your lateral core just the same. But that's the blob hold for grip strength.
Another really good way to train your grip strength, specifically your crushing grip strength, that doesn't really require any special equipment other than like a chin-up bar, is you can do timed hangs. We like to do these a couple different ways. We'll do a pronated overhand grip, we'll do a supinated underhand grip, and you can also do a mixed grip, which is a little bit easier if you're not used to doing these and you really need to work on building up your grip strength. So what we'll do is have guys just kind of get into the chin-up bar, get a tight grip. You can either wrap your thumb around to work on that crush grip, or you can just kind of hook your fingers over the top just to build finger strength instead of getting the thumb involved. So we'll have people will just kind of hang on there for as long as they can. Generally, the idea is you want to try to be between 30 and 60 seconds. So you can get on and hang with the hands in an overhand grip. Then you can switch to an underhand grip. And then if you really want to, for like a little bit of a finisher exercise, if your hands are already tired, or if you just don't have very good grip strength to begin with, you can use that mixed grip, which makes it a little bit easier. And then you can just kind of hang there for about 30 to 60 seconds. But really good way to build forearm endurance and strength without having any kind of special equipment.
All right, so Coach, we talked about a bunch of grip strength exercises. How important is grip strength for slow pitch softball?
I mean, any sport where you're swinging an implement is going to be super important to have good grip strength. You need to be able to control the bat when you're swinging it. The more control you have over the bat, the more precise your swings are going to be, the more velocity you can produce with that bat, so the harder you can hit the ball. You'll be able to throw the ball harder because you can impart more force into the ball during your throwing motion. You can also protect your elbow from injury by having stronger muscles around the elbow that support it.
Yeah, and obviously it's nice to have some glamour muscles too, right? So forearms are great for intimidating your opponents and hitting dingers. So that's all good. And hey, if you're looking to improve your game and get stronger in the gym, check out Coach Andrew's facility, Prime Sports Performance. I'll link to it in the description below. So if you want a place to come and work out and get trained like an athlete, which you are, then definitely check out Prime Sports Performance. Thanks again, and we'll see you here in the next video.